In this video, we take a look at the often downplayed isolation zone. With the isolation zone, you're going to learn how you can take this very simple route that people just disrespect over and over and over again. How you can take that route and pack a big punch to the defense. Stay tuned. Now let's get into the isolation slant. Now, by isolation slant, I mean there's a single receiver to the left side or whatever side he's isolated on, whatever side he's on, and he is running the slant. You can put a hot route, doesn't really matter. It can be a hot route or a pre-built-in play. For the sake of the video, we're gonna block and get rid of the running back. We're gonna put everyone else on other routes that don't really matter. Only focus your attention on the X receiver who is running the isolation slant. Now, I may have to say this one more time so everyone understands it and we're on the same page. Anything that I tag as an isolation route, that is a route that you deem pre-snap, you get a pre-snap look, you say, hey, this route can be very successful by itself based on the pre-snap look I'm getting, and then if you get what you're looking for post-snap, you throw it immediately, or you throw it whenever the window is to throw it. If you don't get that look, you move on to the rest of the play. That's with all of my isolation routes. So in particular with the slant, I'm about to tell you what I look for pre-snap. If I don't get a pre-snap look that I'm looking for, I don't have an isolation slant. I may not even have an isolation route period on the field. But if I do get what I'm looking for pre-snap that dictates, hey, this isolation slant should be open, could be open, possibly should be open, I'll go with that. And if I get what I want to get post-snap, I throw the ball. Now let's get into exactly what I'm looking for pre-snap with an isolated with an ISO slant. Now, first things first. Preferably, I'm always looking for the outside corner that is over top of the isolated player. In this case, X, the outside left receiver. I want him to be off the ball. I don't want him. I don't want him to be all up in press. I want him to be at the very least regular, distance off the ball, about 6 to 7 yards, or even better, have him playing off coverage at around 10. That's would be perfect to have him play all the way off coverage, but regular area is fine. That is the number one thing I look for when I'm looking for the ISO slant. The number two thing that I'm looking for, which doesn't necessarily have to be in place, but it's a bonus, it helps me out, is I want a single high safety. The reason I want a single high safety is it tells me it's more than likely going to be a man coverage or a cover 3. If I get both the off cover for the corner and I get that single high, there's a good chance it's going to be a cover 3, and that sets up very favorably for the isolated zone. If it's a double high safety look, like in a cover 2, which it would be back here, that's still okay as well. It actually, that just tells me be on the lookout for, cover 2, or be on the lookout for any, cover 4 variations that's in the game. Or 2-man under, which I don't really care about 2-man under, but like I said, the first one is a definite, I want to see that corner off the ball. The second is safety. That's negotiable. It depends, what I'm getting in the game, if that's a read that I'm really sticking hard to. But I would prefer a single high safety, but if it's not there, if it's double high, that's cool too. I'm not really tripping too much. So that's what you're looking for pre-snap to determine if you're gonna run that slant or not. Now, let me get back. All right, so post-snap, what you're looking for. So we already know where the slant goes to. You know the area of the field where the slant's gonna attack. It's common knowledge. We all know what a slant looks like. You want to make sure post-snap that nobody is around this area right here. If there's a defender that's in this area right here, abort the mission. That doesn't mean your play is wrecked and your play is dead. That just means you have to have a play that has other reads involved that can play off of this. And it just means that you can't throw the slant. That's all it means. The whole idea of isolated routes is that give you a quick peek, and if it's open, throw it. If not, cool, move on to the rest of your play. But it's a quick and easy yard getter if you get the right conditions. But you may be saying right now, what are you talking about? There's no circumstances where I can, have this area of the field open post snap, because obviously a cover 3 is going to cover that area. A cover 2 is going to cover that area with the with this hook. So like, under what circumstances is that going to be possible, Colonel? How are we going to do that? How are we going to make this work? Glad you asked, fictional person. When you play high level Madden or even medium level Madden, what's going to happen to you? You're going to get blitzed. You are going to get blitzed. And that's where slants thrive in. That's where this isolation slant, that's the environment that it can hit hard, man. And what's the first thing to go when you get zone blitzed? The flats are the first thing to go. Flats are the number one thing people take for granted. They're the number one thing, no matter what level player that you go against, that they just deem, okay, what's a flat? What's a flat? What's a curl flat, man? I'll gladly give up those 3 to 4 yards. That's what they think. I just make the tackle on the back end, and on the the risk reward side, I'm risking that, but the reward is a sack. That's how they think about it. So the flats and the people in this area of the field is normally the first thing to go when you're getting a zone blitz. If you're getting a man blitz in this scenario, it's just a cover 0, just for example. There's no one there to help. There's no one there to help on your boy. That corner, he's by himself, and that's why you put your best or an extremely elite isolated receiver for your team at that outside left position for the isolated routes. You want a superior specimen, a guy that can get open, he can beat man. He doesn't necessarily have to be the best receiver on your squad, but he has to be a dog for you. So like I said, under normal circumstances, under normal cover 3 and a normal cover 2, no, that isolation slant isn't going to be there. But if you get blitzed from various formations, from various different defensive coverages, that slant's going to be there. That's the power. That's why I love the isolated slant, because you'll take a 4-yard slant, you could take it 6, depending on who your receiver is. Now let's get into just some common video. You already know it's just off a cover 0. Let's just do this first. You already know it's going to be open. Let me get the cursor off the linebacker. The ball's in your hands, is out your hands in a millisecond. That's all you're looking for. When you snap the ball, all you're doing is you're peeking actually over here to verify what you thought you saw pre-snap. You verify the conditions that you saw pre-snap, and you're making sure that there's no one in that area that I talked about to disrupt the pass. And you already know you have a goon at that position anyway. He's going to get open. He's going to make the catch. And you just have to focus on what you're going to do after you have the ball in your hands. Do you possession catch it if you really need to? Do you fall down right away depending on what's coming at you? Do you spin? Do you make a move? You got to focus on that after the fact. But you already know this catch is going to be secured. Let's just take a look at obviously a contested situation, because I already know the defense and everything. Let's just do the stock cover 3. So pre-snap, it has everything I'm looking for. The corner is off. There's a single high safety. I know there's an overhang player in your man right here. So he is really the only person. I'm mainly focusing on him. But then, depending on how good you are at making reads, you can also, at your peripheral, look at this guy right here. But you already know the outside corner, he's lunch. He's barbecue chicken. Don't worry about him whatsoever in this look. Because you know, even if he plays man coverage, he can't do anything. So you're really focusing on your boy Watkins right here and this linebacker right here. But obviously, I already know it's going to be covered. But you snap the ball, look, oh, he's in the area. He's in the area. I can't throw it. Move your eyes. Go somewhere else with the football. Again, let's take a look at the replay just so I could drill that into you over and over again. It just takes a millisecond to get this read. Right now, you already know I can't throw it. How quick was that? From the time the ball is snapped to the ball is in your quarterback's hands, you already know you can't throw this ball. So look somewhere else. In the same vein that we're doing that, let's just simulate, you know, Watkins blitzing from the same look. Again, I'm only focusing on the slant. I don't care about anything else. That's for, you know, for another conversation about how you create plays to, you know, to better set you up for success on every single snap. That's another conversation. But right now, we're focusing on this slant. Again, I already know what was going to happen, but as soon as you snap the ball, like I said, from the time that the ball is snapped it's in your quarterback's hands, you already know what's going on. He's rushing the passer. He's not in the way. This guy, he may be user covered, user controlled, or whatever, but he is not in any he's not in the vicinity to make a play on the ball. So you know that corner has no chance. He's barbecue chicken, whether he's in man or zone, doesn't matter whatsoever. You take the candy. That's the isolated zone, guys. That is the ISO zone for you. Like I said, just the pre-snap reads, you're mainly looking for this corner being off the ball. Press, if he's pressed, I don't want no parts of it, because even if it's man press, that could get in the way. It could get messy. Even if he beats him in a slant, I don't want to deal with that. There's too much muck to deal with. If he's pressing the cover two, you already know that's a potential. There's other, you know, ISO routes to go that work better with that look. So I would just rather go to a different route with that look than to deal with the muck with that. You're looking for the off corner. Preferably, you're looking for a single high safety, but if he's double high, don't worry. Just understand the possibilities of what could come your way with a two high safety look. And then you just looking for this area of the field to be voided when you snap the ball. If it's voided, go ahead and take that candy. If it's being played, go ahead and move your eyes and go to the other direction, go to the rest of your play. This is the ISO slant, guys. It's Colonel. I'm out.